So believe it or not, but Intel actually has some pretty competitive CPU usage generation. And of course that means that you need a good motherboard to go alongside them, such as the MSI Z790 Tomahawk, which at $310 is far from the cheapest Z790 motherboard you can buy, but it should still provide you with everything that you could need. Kind of, sort of, and at a much higher price than its competition. Because it is way more expensive than some of the other Z790 motherboards we covered recently on this channel, such as the step-down MSI model, the Pro A, which costs $270, or the Z790 EOS Elite, which costs even less than that. So what exactly does this motherboard do to justify the price? Well, starting off with CPU power, here you have 16 plus 1 plus 1 power phases rated at a maximum of 90 amps, which is pretty much on par with its other cheaper boards. Add to that all three of these motherboards support 2 full 8 pins for CPU power, and you have some pretty fantastic power delivery, and honestly, at the end of the day, it really won't matter for most people unless you're into some hardcore overclocking. Then moving down to PCIe expansion, here things are pretty standard, with a primary 16x Gen 4 slot, another 1x slot below that, and an additional physical 16x but actually 4x slot below that. But what's actually interesting is that this is actually a downgrade from the cheaper Pro A, because on there you have an additional full-length 16x slot. Now while granted, most people who are looking for a mid-range motherboard that costs roughly $300, yeah, people like that aren't be putting 3 16x cards in their PC. But it's still a very strange omission, especially seeing how they're not replacing it with anything else, seeing how you're still getting the exact same 4 M.2 NVMe slots as well, just like most other Z790 motherboards, so at least that will give you plenty of storage space. Though if you need even more, this motherboard actually has 7 SATA connectors, unlike the 6 which is the standard on most motherboards. So hey, at least that's a cool upgrade, even if it doesn't justify the price at all, but at the end of the day, is anyone even gonna care? I mean, not many people need that many SATA connectors anyway, and if you have so many drives that you need 7 SATA connectors, then I don't even want to know what you have on them. Finally, there's the rear I/O, which is actually pretty good, with a whopping 8 USB Type-A ports. That's one more than the Pro A, and just one USB Type-A port away from reaching the king of USB Type-A, that is Gigabyte. However, what's also awesome is that not a single one of these is even USB Gen 2. They're all lightning fast USB Gen 3 or faster, which is in a way both a good and a bad thing, because even though it's amazing how fast all of these USB Type-A ports are, we could all use just 2 USB Gen 2 ports for your mouse and keyboard, which don't require much bandwidth at all. So if they could just add 2 extra ports just for that, so you can leave all the others for our high-speed devices, that'd be awesome. I mean, come on, there's literally a perfect spot for them right there, but oh well, a missed opportunity, but hey, it's still fantastic to have so much high-speed USB. Add to that a lightning fast 20 gigabit per second USB Type-C port, and 10 gigabit per second USB Type-C port, 2.5 gig Ethernet, Wi-Fi 6E, both integrated HDMI and DisplayPort, and the full array of audio options with 5 audio jacks and optical SPDIF. That is all amazing, or rather, that is how it should be, but the issue is that Gigabyte have been kind of, lowering the bar when it comes to rear I/O other than USB Type-A. So what exactly does this motherboard do that justifies the higher price? Honestly, I don't know myself. Maybe it's just a temporary price swing, maybe these things are going to come down in price later, but I honestly don't know why it costs so much, seeing how you don't get too much else that's special compared to the more budget MSI boards and boards from other companies. And even looks wise, this thing can be very divisive. Yes, the Tomahawk motherboards always have a distinctive look that may or may not sit well with many people. Now I'm not saying that a motherboard doesn't look good, but there's also a lot of other good looking motherboards out there. And if you want your motherboards to look great if you're filming them, like the footage you're watching right now, then you may want to check out Neewer and the awesome light boxes, like the one I'm using right now. They were courteous enough to send me one for the purposes of these videos, and honestly, it's been absolutely life-changing, so definitely check it out down in the video description below for yourself if you want to grab one. So yeah, at the end of the day, great motherboard, just bad pricing. Or maybe it's just the fact that the competition in the Z790 space right now is just so fierce. And if you want to get this exact motherboard, then also make sure to use Amazon links down in the video description below, because that way you don't pay anything extra while we get some money that gets reinvested straight back into the channel. And while you're still here, if you want to help support this channel so we can continue the tech journalism we do here, then make sure to check out our Patreon, because even one single dollar a month truly goes a long way, while you get awesome perks as well. I'd also like to thank my existing patrons, Gavin Burns, Ryan OKB, Justin Rage, Ella Vroniak, Bartosz Velka, Meg Sumner, Shane Allcraft, Lansby, and Jesse Herdman. Thank you guys so much, support truly goes a long way. Down here you're going to find our merch store, our Discord server, and our social media links as well. But anyway, that's about it, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, remember, subscribe, like, whatever, and I'll see you all in whatever I make next. Goodbye everyone. Goodbye.